Wi-Fi doesn't kill me. Hope it doesn't. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. We're back at home. Uh, it's gonna be a homecoming. I think that's what we should have labeled this show. Homecoming. Um, we have a special guests, plural. Okay, and y'all that we're not just gonna, give y'all the same bland show with me and Sam. Even though you love me and Sam, you know what I'm saying. We're definitely gonna give you some different faces and some new places. So, pay for play. Our college football hour. I am your host, Roddy. That is Sam right there. You can follow us at Paid for Play. Hopefully, you're watching us live on YouTube. Look, I'm not going to be looking at my phone on Twitter while we're doing the show. So if you want to comment, you want to get your thoughts in on the show, please click the YouTube link that is in this tweet so you can get in there and comment. We'll put your comment on the screen. If you say something negative about Georgia, I'm not putting it on the screen. If you say something negative about LSU, I'm not putting it on the screen. So don't even start that. But, like I said, it's homecoming. Sam, how you feeling?
It's a great day for college football, but I've got a dilemma. I'd like to preface this by saying I wish nothing but a lifetime of happiness for this couple, but I have to go to a fall wedding today.
A fall? No, hold on, Sam. A fall what wedding? Go ahead and tell them all the details.
Dry. A dry wedding in the fall with a family full of Alabama fans, and it's they say God gives the toughest test to his strongest soldiers, and I'm experiencing that today. So, I'm a little down. I'm a little down bad because I have so many bets this afternoon and night, and I'm just gonna be flying blind.
I love that meme where it's like he gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, and then it's a guy with his team's hat on, and it's God being like, "How are you still alive?" Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, definitely praying for you, brother. At least you'll be around people of God, so hopefully it's good. But we have a special guest, like I said, and it's a special guest because it's a familiar face joining us from the left coast, the best coast. It's our boy, JD is back in the building. My brother, how you doing, man?
Gentlemen, nice to see your faces bright and early in the morning, drinking your beverages, preparing for the day. Could not be happier to be back. And Sam, I feel your pain. I did not have a dry wedding, not even close, but I did have a bachelor party the last weekend and a wedding the weekend before that. I've missed 2 full college football slates, and it pains me to the core. So I'm feeling great today because this is the best slate I've seen in such a long time. I wouldn't dare to miss any of the games. So sorry.
Exactly. That's why I said, look,
Just
if you're,
twist the knife a little bit more.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Look, Sam, you'll have your phone as long as y'all are not in, the middle of the sticks in Indiana. Go ahead,
Dude, I
ESPN
got some news for you.
Indiana's the middle of the sticks everywhere. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to make you feel good, bro. I'm trying to help.
I know. It's just there's nothing.
It's
nothing.
It's all right. Well, we will save obviously the big game since we have a guest for a little bit later, but we'll start on the West Coast. And Sam described this to me pre-show as the Battle of the Bastards. So we have Oregon State on the Wazoo. They're a 3-point favorite. I'll start with our guest, JD. How are you feeling about this matchup? Because this seems to be an interesting one for sure.
I think it's super interesting. I don't have a confident read, but both teams are good, but they both have flaws. Like I'm not going to run and back these teams every single week. I did play some under earlier in the week, and I'm regretting that a little bit. So my line of thinking was Oregon State on the road. Washington State can't really stop the run. Played a little Damian Martinez. He was over 92.5 rushing yards early in the week. They should be able to run on them. The issue is Washington State, smart defensive staff. If they load the box, which you would think they would do, force DJU to beat you through the air on the road with all those 5'10" wide receivers that they have, how repeatedly are they going to be able to beat you on the road? on the Palouse like that. So that's my line of thinking. I think Oregon State's stronger in the trenches on both teams, on both sides of the ball. Washington State, their defense, they have 2 strong defensive ends. They like to create havoc that way. But 2 of the best tackles in the Pac-12 are on Oregon State. So I could see Oregon State nullifying this. It's going to be close. It's going to be back and forth. I don't fully trust Oregon State's secondary. That was something I had circled. Their 2 cornerbacks last year, I loved. Rajon Wright was a standout, and they lost both of them. I don't really think they've been tested, and I don't really think people are quite up to par on this Washington State offense this year. I was too high on them last year. I was a year early. Ben Arbuckle, the new offensive coordinator, he's going to make things easy for Cam Ward this season. His offense is just clicking. It's moving on all cylinders. So the more I look at it, the more I'm kind of liking the home team. Oregon State, they have a pretty easy schedule. They're going to win a lot of games again this year. But this one on the road, Washington State could get that passing attack going, catching some points. I don't hate Washington State here the more I look at it.
Yeah, for sure. Sam, you got anything on this one?
Yeah, I'm actually playing Oregon State. I kind of agree with JD. It's the line of scrimmages for Oregon State that's kind of making me lean towards them. I think Washington State can be a little one-dimensional at times. I don't think they even have a 100-yard rusher on the season so far. Like, not even in a game, just like for the season, they don't have anybody that's eclipsed 100 yards. So I know they might be, or Oregon State might be able to drop a little bit extra in coverage to help out that secondary. I think Oregon State is a covering machine. I think they've covered like their last 7 or 8 games. So I'm gonna ride the hot hand. It's kind of like a roulette table where it just keeps going red. You just let it ride, man. So it's a small number. I think it, like JD said, it'll be back and forth. But yeah, give me. I know you all don't trust DJU, but I'm starting to think it was Clemson and not DJU. So give me DJU. I'm putting my money with them, and I think Oregon State's a wagon this year. They've got a great schedule to kind of sneak up on the Pac-12. Everyone's talking about USC, Colorado, Oregon, Washington. I think Oregon State's going to be right there in the mix at the end of the year.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And I'm watching RJ Stone Jr. You mentioned him a little bit earlier, JD. I think depending on how he can affect the game is going to matter. DJ, like I said, like you said, Sam, he's feeling a little bit vindicated looking at what's going on over there in Clemson. But I'm leaning. Don't have an official play for this one, but leaning Oregon State. I think they do have the better quarterback. Not to say Cam's bad, but I just think DJ's a little bit better than him. He's been in ACC. Conference where he's been able to, face good competition. I think he brought some of his talents over, and I think they're going to be good. So, yeah, Wazoo, I'm not as confident in them as I was last year. Like you said, JD, like I just, I don't know. These are the only 2 teams that are going to be in the Pac-2 too. So this is why, this matchup is kind of interesting for that value because, I guess it's the race to see who's gonna be the best, but I don't know. Like it's
conference championship today.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I mean, they're not gonna. Lord knows they're not gonna be in the real one.
It is a fun game. It's a fun game for that reason, right? And then like you can't really trust either quarterback, but they both are like talented. So it's kind of like who's gonna not screw up and make mistakes. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll be watching that one tonight, but. Let's go to the big one in the Pac-12, man. Let's just get it going since we got some people in here. They got me, all right? They got me, y'all. I took the 21. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I bought in, okay? Now, just to give y'all some context, all right? I was in a bar watching this game at 2 o'clock in the damn morning, okay, last week. And it was white people, black people, Asian people, Mexican people, whatever race and creed you could think of was in there. And every single first down for Colorado, it was as if we all had $1 million bets on them winning. Like the energy that Deion has brought, not only to college football, but to the fans of other teams. This is a whole bunch of people. I don't know where these people are from. They probably hadn't ever watched the Colorado game ever. Even the women were going crazy. Okay. So I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, y'all. I'm sorry. I love Oregon's trenches. I think they're very good, but they got my boy Bo-Berry Biscuit back there, man. And I can't trust him when the chicken is on the line, man. I just can't. So, yes, they're at home. Yes, they are the better football team. Obviously, Travis being out for the amount of time he's going to be out is going to be huge, especially next week when they go to LA, or when LA comes to them, should I say? But I'm I'm still in Colorado, y'all. I don't know. Sam, how are you feeling?
I'm not taking either side in this one. I could very easily see Colorado keeping this close. I'm scared of this line. Like I was very I was pretty enticed for like the first game, that 21-point spread with TCU. TCU was vastly overrated. Like we saw what they returned or what they didn't return coming back from last year, and everybody, I don't know why that spread was as high as it was with the talent that Colorado has. So Oregon is a different animal. I want to see what Colorado does in a game like this, where they are like pretty outmatched in the trenches, and I think Shadur is going to be fine, and he's going to keep them in this game. And I think I've got the over. I think both offenses are going to score kind of at will. I think Oregon's going to kind of get to pick their number. I have team total for Oregon over 45.5 also. So I think this will be a high scoring game. I think Oregon will score a lot of points. I think Colorado will keep it fairly close. I'm not confident enough to play that number whenever I haven't seen them play a team of this caliber yet.
I feel you. JD, how you feeling?
I like Oregon to score a lot of points. It'll be fun. Hopefully Colorado can keep it close. But yeah, I like points. I mean, that's Colorado's book. Like I think last week it was 59 is when I grabbed it against Colorado State, and it took a while to get there. But boy, it sure got there. And it seems like Colorado games just like eventually shit hits the fan. Like that's that's what they're trying to do, and it's worked so far. So I don't understand how Jimmy Horn Jr.'s receiving prop is at 72.5. It should be like 30 yards higher than that. Travis Hunter's out. Him and Weaver are going to get like 14 targets every game, like they have been. Oregon's vulnerable in the slot. If the lines do get overwhelmed, they hit Horn on the checkdowns, and he's like one of the fastest guys in the country. He can take it 40 yards, and Oregon's defense isn't good. So that's definitely my favorite play of this. I don't hate Oregon's team total over 45.5, but that's so high I didn't play it. But yeah, over here I'm thinking points. I'm thinking some overs. Even some of the touchdown props. There's some guys at plus money. A lot of these guys who are probably going to score. Jordan James plus 120. Weaver plus 05. Again, Weaver gets 15 targets every week. Horn is plus 110. I don't see why you wouldn't think there's going to be 1 million points here.
Yeah. I think probably if we're looking at the stats, I don't have them in front of my face, but I mean the number's at 70, y'all. So that just tells you what you need to know, really. No
Don't
defense in this. Yeah, don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? A little 30 to 42. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just cover the number, man. But I think 3 touchdowns is a little extreme. 3+ touchdowns actually is a little extreme for me. I'm just drinking Kool-Aid, y'all. Like I don't know. I'm trying to sit here and look at what Shadur's passing props are, because I think, and I'll have a comment on the guy who I think is number 1 in the Heisman race a little later on our plays for the day. But I think Shadur is right there in the mix. If he can get this win, I think that will catapult him to that number 2 or 3 position. Do y'all feel the same?
They get this win, he's easily number 1. And I know what Caleb's doing. He'll have his shot for Heisman moments, but like based on what he's done so far this year, like that touchdown drive last week to tie the game, he would absolutely be number 1. And even if they lose this game, like it doesn't take away what Dion has done. And I don't know why people are kind of putting it out there like that. Like everyone's waiting on them to lose, and if they lose this game, who cares? Like they had an over/under win total of 3.5. And they're already at 3 for the year. Like nobody thought they would be where they are so far. He's done a great job turning around a program that has been irrelevant for the better part of this century. And so like I don't know why everyone's hating. I guess it's just Dion, but like who cares? Like if they lose, they should have lost this game. I mean that's what everyone predicted. Like it's not the end of the world.
You're playing with house money at this point.
Yeah.
I'm showing 336.5 at DraftKings plus money on Shadur's over. And that's probably where all their yards are going to come from, right? They are supposed to return Alton McCaskill, their top running back, but coming first game off an injury, he just had his first non-contact practice on Tuesday. It's not like they're going to ground and pound Oregon, right? So, dude, all these overs look good. Tez Johnson, 48.5 receiving. I think that's the way to look.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this will be probably, like I said, the most watched game. That Colorado State game was like a top 5 game watched in ESPN history. So, and it was Colorado State. So imagine what the Oregon matchup is going to do. So we'll be excited to see that.
Imagine being at the bachelor party with a bunch of Seattle boys, and they got the Mariners game on all the TVs instead of that game. Can you imagine that?
Wait. Third place in the division, Mariners?
Yeah, it was a big game playing the Dodgers.
Praying for you, brother. Praying for you. I don't even know what to say,
hands. I would have had to throw hands. I'm sorry. I would have had to. It doesn't matter. I know you're boys with them, but you gotta lay down the law. Look, this is baseball for a team. I don't even know if the Mariners are even in contention still, but why would you watch that over this game?
They're not. They're third place in the division. No. That just disgusted me for you, Diddy. All right. But we'll keep it coming, and we'll go to our neck of the woods, Sam. The Rebels are coming to Tuscaloosa. It's Lane versus the old man once again. This is one of my favorite college football matchups just because these two dudes hate each other so much. It is so funny to watch every single time, how they try to act and look, I know they respect each other, right? I know that, they know that their specialties with Saban being defense and then, Lane being offense. I know they respect what each other is able to do on that side. But if you look at the defensive side of the ball for Lane, as usual, If you look at the offensive side of the ball for Nick, very, very okay. You had a lot of reports coming out of Bama camps, and this is why I love when Alabama is not that good, because you start to see this drama that you didn't see, from 2009 to 2020, and you're seeing, Jalen was, in practice throwing a fit because Ty and Tyler Buckner was, getting more time than him or whatever. So I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. Me and Sam, as the biggest haters in the world, we inject it straight into our veins. But in this matchup, the number's at 7 right now. I got it at 7 last night. I'm going with the Rebels. I do think Jalen will be able to create with his legs, and hopefully Tommy Rees kind of tweaks the offense so he can get some read option, some quarterback design plays, maybe. But again, I don't trust him to be a competent offensive coordinator. I just don't. And I think 7 is too much with all of this rotation going on at quarterback. So, Sam, what are you feeling?
I've been kind of scared to take this number. It feels almost too easy. It feels like you've heard me on the last, Tennessee, Alabama, LSU, Alabama, Texas, Alabama. Alabama's had these games over the last 2 years where I've said, if it's not now, when? When are you going to do it? So I think Lane feels very confident, and I don't know why you wouldn't feel confident after watching that embarrassing display of football last week, because it was bad. It was really bad. Even the broadcast team gave up. They just made you watch it on that piece of shit view that they had going the entire game after the lightning delay. So, it feels too easy at this number. I understand Alabama's got this offensive line that's bigger than any offensive line in the country or in the NFL. But if they suck, who cares? If they're big and they don't move and can't block anybody, they've given up 10 sacks in the last 2 games. Ole Miss has already had 10 sacks on the year as well. Their pass rush has been good. Granted, they haven't played They played Tulane on the road, I mean, against a backup quarterback, and I think if Michael Pratt plays in that game, they probably lose, but who cares? They went in there, they got a win, they got the cover. I think Jackson Dart's been playing very well this year. I think this offense is humming, and I don't know if Alabama's secondary can hold up. Like the safeties in Nick Saban's defense, like losing both starting safeties and trying to rotate or work in two new ones, and one of them being a true freshman, and he's had to go up against Sark and Lane Kiffin in his first two of his first four games. Like it doesn't feel like it's going to make any, or there's going to be any changes anytime soon. And like I've seen on Twitter, some Alabama people comparing this to like 2015. Kirby Smart isn't coaching the defense. Lane Kiffin isn't coaching the offense like they were in 2015, and Derrick Henry isn't in the backfield. So you're not going to turn this around like that. And I think I'm playing Ole Miss -7. That's going to be an official, or +7. That's going to be an official play for me. I just, if not now, when? Like, when are you going to do it, Lane? You talk all this shit on Twitter. You get stirring the pot all week. Go back it up.
Yeah, I feel you. JD, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm on the same side. I don't really want to try to get rich fading Nick Saban in Alabama, but I mean, it seems to me like it's not an overreaction, right? It's not like it's 1 week, it's been 2 weeks of crap. And before that, I mean, the offseason was not encouraging either. Like, the coordinator hires were not encouraging. I'm a Notre Dame fan. I'm not like Tommy Rees, really. I never understood it. And then it's clear right now it's not making sense. The matchup.
But JD, Nick Saban smiled in a press conference. He must have been very confident. Like,
watch out.
Shut the fuck
Watch
up.
out.
Yeah, that stuff, they caught steam like SEC media days when they caught steam because everyone was kind of down on them a little bit. And then they're like, oh man, they've been disrespected. Everyone's forgotten. It's like, no, everyone didn't forget. The correct read is that they've taken a step back. So I think we'll see how big the step back is here. This is a big test. Ole Miss can bring it, but they're not dominant, right? They have their weaknesses. So if Alabama plays a good game, they could still take care of business, but you're getting a full touchdown here. I don't trust their offensive line. Their O-line stinks. They do have a running quarterback. Milroe can do some good things here, but Pete Golding, I mean, he was DC at Alabama. He specializes in stuffing the run. Like, what they haven't shown they can do anything in a passing attack. They haven't shown they have any counters. Even the defense, now there's controversy on the defense and that hire with Kevin Steele. So I just don't really see what there is to rely on with this team at all, pretty much at any position. So I like Ole Miss, and I do like the under. I think Alabama will try to slow this one down to a crawl if they're able to, and just run Milroe, 20 times. So I don't hate the under.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was having some college football playoff conversations because I'm sick in the head. Don't know why I'm having it this early in the season, but it'll be interesting to see how the committee values, depending on how Texas ends their season. It's going to be interesting how the committee values that win at Alabama, because again, yes, it is winning in Tuscaloosa. That is a big feat. They have all the statistics of how they haven't lost in X many games or X many years, whatever. But I mean, we all clearly know this is not 2016, 09, 11, 12. Like, this is not any of that. This is not that team at all. And no, those teams didn't win with great quarterbacks, but I mean, I've been a little disappointed with Dallas Turner too. He hasn't popped off the screen for me at all. You obviously know I'm gonna hate on Jermaine Burton naturally, but I don't see it, man. This is not the same team.
It's almost like it's very easy to be like a superstar edge rusher whenever you have fucking Will Anderson on the other side taking up half the line for you.
Yeah. And again, like, this is just the expectations of this team should be lowered. And I think today we will see it. And I think against a team like this, it's going to be easy.
It was the media the entire offseason. I don't know why it was so high. We sat here and talked to you before the season even started. We told you everything they lost. And Roddy and I might have been the only people who were publicly the only people that I saw were publicly saying they might lose 4 games.
Yeah,
and
I got them.
I cannot wait for the melt. I cannot wait for the melt if they lose 2 games in September. They might be 2-2 in September, and it would be.
They're going to be in the old man's front yard. I'm telling y'all better go Google what happened in the 90s and early 2000s. before your boy got there, it was chaos. All right. But we'll go to FSU and Clemson really quickly. FSU, man. I mean, talk about just like fumbling the ball. You know that Deshaun Jackson play where he returned the kick and then he fumbled it right before he crossed the goal line. Like, that's how I felt like that performance was last week against Boston College. Yes, I get it. You know, there was the, the band, was it the band game or
Red
whatever,
bandana.
Yeah, I feel you, you know what I'm saying? Charitable work, you know what I'm saying? Cool, whatever. But there's no reason why a team or a school, should I say, whose admission standards are that high should have 17 fucking penalties. Okay. And then how was that game close? How was that game close at the end?
Look
FSU
ahead.
came out hot in the second half. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? They're about to pull off. But then Mike Norvell, like, the play calling just got trash, bro. Like it was very conservative. It was very run the ball. It was very just yuck. So look, this number's at 2 for a reason. Clemson, I haven't been impressed with them either. I mean, they were in a dogfight with Charleston Southern up until a couple of third quarter maybe in that game. So I want to say Clemson is going to win, but I also don't think I don't know. This might be a talk it out junior, Sam. I don't know. We'll start with you though. How do you feel about this game?
I think Clemson's going to get dominated on the lines of scrimmage. I think Florida State's offensive line is the real deal. I think their defensive line is even better. And Clemson lost so much on their defensive line from last year. I get it that they have like these great recruits coming in to replace them, but they don't reload like Georgia and Alabama have done like over the last 10 years. Like, and Georgia hadn't been doing it that long, but like over the last few years, you've seen them like reload, and it feels like they haven't missed a beat. But Clemson hasn't done that this year. They just lost so much, and I think Keon Coleman's going to go off. I think this offense is. I think I'm not putting any stock into last week. Like, it was a 12 o'clock start. Up at Boston College. They're playing the red bandana game. Granted, I know that adds a little bit of juice for Boston College. So, and it's a complete look ahead spot. Like, I'm not putting any stock into that. Like, they got out of there with a win. That's all that really matters. It counts. I mean, like, it counts the same as their win against LSU. So, like, I think they're going to be locked in and focused on this game. I think they know that they have, like, if they win this game, they're in the driver's seat the rest of the way. They don't have a tough schedule after this game, and I think they know that. So, like, go take this conference, grab it by the balls, and like just like win the game. Like, all you have to do is cover the 3. Like, I mean, I think it's going to be double digits. I think Clemson's a dead program right now. Like, they just don't have any juice left, and it was a great run for them, but they got to figure it out. They got to start hitting the transfer portal. Like, Dabo's inability, or like complete negligence of the transfer portal, is costing this program. Like, look at what Florida State's done. Like, you have 2 complete opposite programs and what their mindset is in approaching the transfer portal. And it's working out for one team. It's not working out for the team that's ignoring it. So,
Yeah,
give me Florida State -2.5. That's an official play.
and real quick, JD, before you go, we'll add in popping off the ground like Rey Mysterio. Here's our boy Sosa. He's in the building. What? Pop out the ground like Rey Mysterio? I mean, you don't like Rey Mysterio? Hating, man.
He's on mute.
You're on mute, old man.
Man, I'm so glad to see y'all. It's the first time of the season. JD,
Yes, sir.
Guy, Dumb Brain Pick, Sam, my boy Roddy. Listen, I couldn't disagree with you more. Sam, you said, look at what Florida State's done. A whole lot of fucking nothing. They've done nothing. What have they done? They beat LSU week 1. They let Boston College hang around. Like, it almost feels kind of like Texas. It's Texas. We're back. They're not. They're going to lose today. Clemson's going to beat them. Listen, that's why I was like, you know what? I kind of want to get in on this. I'm on the opposite side, man. I think the rumors of the demise of Clemson have been greatly exaggerated. They faced a Duke team in the first game that was ultra motivated on their home field, and they fumbled. Clemson fumbled 3 times in the red zone, turn it over, threw a pick, one pick, turn it over twice inside the 10. That game could have gone very differently. You know who should know all about that? LSU fans. Because you should have been up 28-7 in the first half. But what'd you do? You turn it over in the red zone, right? That's what happened.
Don't disagree.
So what did Florida State do? Nothing, bro. They haven't done shit, in my opinion. I think today they go to Death Valley, and Garrett Riley's offense been looking better over the last 2 weeks. I don't think Klubnik's that smart. I don't think he's that great. But listen, they got a couple of cupcakes to get the offense looking right. Obviously, pass catchers not what they used to be at Clemson. The guys at Clemson used to be first-round guys. Those are not there. Shipley, sneaky athletic. You know, if he was black, we'd be saying he was athletic. But I don't make the rules. It's how it goes. I think that
scrappy.
And also another stat about the Duke game, they ran for 200 yards and lost the game. Again, Clemson, FSU, you're going to see today is going to bring the parity immediately back to the ACC because everybody believes that Florida State has separated themselves, and it's going to be right back to that run-of-the-mill, everyone's on the same playing field situation today. I don't trust Jordan Travis. I don't think he's as good for a guy that's been in college for a decade. I don't see it, brother. I don't see it. I think Clemson figures out a way today. If the game was at Florida State, the game being at Clemson, I like them to win it.
Played at home yet, by the way?
Played
at home yet?
I don't believe
they played one.
Yeah, they played one of the cupcakes at the crib. Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm about to say. I'm like neutral site, one game, oh, whatever. But JD, how you feeling, man?
So I'm not as strong as either of these guys. I started on the Florida State side because I do think they have more talent, like the skill position talent. Shipley's good, but like at wide receiver, it's just a different ball game. The thing is, I don't really trust Norvell. They're going to have some pop weeks like they did against LSU, and they're going to have some down weeks like Boston College. I get they apparently they had some flu going on in the team, whatever. It's a look ahead spot. I don't care, dude. That's Boston College. That should not happen. So I don't really trust the defensive coordinator either. This kid threw for 300 yards on Boston College, and he's not a passer. So even while I don't really trust Klubnik, I see the downside of Clemson. I do kind of agree with Sosa that it's been a little bit exaggerated. You know, I'm a numbers guy, so I was surprised when I look at Clemson's numbers because I heard some people saying they haven't been getting pushed in the offensive line. They haven't been running the ball. They're third in rushing success rate, and their O-line first in front seven havoc, second in line yards. So they've been making room. They've been protecting Klubnik. He's still making stupid decisions, but they're making it easy on him. I think that's what you have to do to get him to succeed at home. So the more I look at it, the more I'm going on the Clemson side, but nothing strong for me.
Okay. All right. This is a Talk It Out Junior. So now I'm starting to I might drink the Kool-Aid. Like I said, we're the two biggest haters in the world, okay? And nothing in my being wants to put my hard-earned money on that man, Dabo Swinney. Nothing. But I mean, I think, you know what I'm saying, the NIL of the Lord Jesus Christ is going to prevail. I think, you know, I think it might happen. I don't know.
It's nothing like popping on pay for play for the first time all season and immediately going head to head with Sam. Like this is exactly how I drew it up. I swear, that's exactly what I was expecting. To just completely disagree on the first game. God.
As we're talking about this game, Clemson's top receiver Antonio Williams, he was just announced he's out this game. So
it's okay. Klubnik, the real Vanilla Vic though.
All right, never say that again. Never say that again. So we're gonna go to our last game. Obviously, while we have these two fine gentlemen, our guests, and thank y'all again for joining us. We're going to our segment. It's called Talk It Out, people. Okay. Now, Talk It Out is a segment where you're with your buddies, you're talking about your parlays for the weekend, whether it's NFL or college football, and you have no idea what to bet on a certain game. And you just got to talk it out. So that's what we're about to do. Ohio State, they're going South Bend, Indiana, to see, you know, the Fighting Little People. I look, Sam. Okay, I'll start with this. Is Kyle McCord good? No, he's not good. All right, he's not even kind of good. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. good? Yes, he's very good. Okay, very, very good. But Marcus Freeman, I think, should be respected as amongst one of the best defensive coaches in all of college football. So, look, we all know how Ohio State plays. They have cupcakes until Michigan or one of their, better out of conference games. So I'm leaning Ohio State a little bit, but I'm not sure. So we'll let the fans talk first, and then we'll take the backseat and see what they say. So JD, how are you feeling about this today?
I'm feeling confident, which I don't know if that's how I feel every morning before Notre Dame big game, and then it just gets zapped out. Like I'm trying to go back and remember. I don't have a diary I write it down in. I probably would rip it up and spill my beer on it and get pissed. But I'm feeling confident today. We have the way better O-line. Okay, we're going to be able to control the game. We got the better quarterback. Yeah, they got better skill players, but like you said, we got a defensive-minded head coach. I don't know. I think it's a close game. We're getting some points. We're at home. I'm feeling more confident than normal. More confident. We got that running back estimate. Oh my God, that guy's a beast. That's a warrior. He's going to be a warrior today. You got Sam Hartman. He's been in college for 100 years. I kind of like what we're cooking with. I don't trust our pass catchers is the only thing. Like if we just can't really throw the ball, that could turn ugly pretty quick. But I think overall they're going to keep it close, man. I don't see Ohio State lighting up the scoreboard here. So like last year it was close and it had no reason being close. So Notre Dame's proven they can keep it close with a recipe in a game like this. So I'm feeling good.
Okay, for sure. Sosa, how you feeling? Oh, all right. Well, look, Sam, what are your inclinations in this at the beginning?
I all week I felt like it's been like I've been looking for a reason to like side with Ohio State. It's felt almost too easy. Like Notre Dame's getting points at home. They got the better quarterback. They got the better offensive line. It's at home. Like I don't understand. I've been trying to find a reason to like balance out my one-sidedness for Ohio or for Notre Dame, and I haven't found one. So like I'm leaning Notre Dame in this one. Like it's 3.5 now. Give me outside of that field goal number. And Notre Dame's played well in big games at home like last year at Clemson. Sosa sat here and told us that Notre Dame was gonna beat them, and they kicked their ass. So I haven't gotten that game out of my head. Notre Dame at home, it's felt different in the Marcus Freeman or after that slow start to last year. Like they got it going at the end of the year. They've looked good this year with Sam Hartman. I don't know if they've played anybody that I'd consider elite. I mean, North Carolina State's defense is okay. Like it's fine, but they haven't played anybody to Ohio State standard. But also like Ohio State's quarterback isn't good. So like I have no reason to believe that they can get the ball to the playmakers against Marcus Freeman's defense. So I'm leaning Notre Dame. I'm probably going to bet Notre Dame, and that might be the kiss of death for Notre Dame. So sorry, guys.
Okay. All right. I just, again, I feel like it's going to come down to a close game in the fourth. I think the skill position players and the advantage that they have there might separate them from, Notre Dame, but what are you going to get out of McCord? Okay. The backup is not any better. He wears 33. I know that's for Sammy Ball, but that's just totally insane. You were not born when that man played football. I don't know why you have a tribute to him. Maybe there's a good reason. I don't know, but I think this game is close. I'm trying to see what the number is at. Does anybody have it?
3.5 over under 55.5.
Yeah, 55. I mean, look, Sam Hartman, I think, is going to be the differentiating factor. This has probably been what y'all's best quarterback since Brady, maybe? Brady Quinn?
I think he's better than Brady.
Yeah, he's better, but like in terms of from then to now, like
I think probably.
Yeah.
Everyone, what's his name? Kaiser. But he's better than Kaiser.
Yeah, he's
better than Buck, probably too.
Way better. Oh, this is what you were looking up? This is why you couldn't talk, because you're looking up a video of a guy who looks like he was on, what's that movie Brad Pitt was on? Where he was in the woods and he had to sleep inside like a bear carcass. I forgot what it was, but that's what he looks like.
I mean, seriously, look at this guy. If he doesn't make you believe, like what is it going to take? He literally looks like Jesus. He looks like him. Like, if you weren't a believer before, like, come on, man. Listen, me and JD are Notre Dame fans. All of our quarterbacks have fucking sucked. You want to bring up last year? I didn't know Drew Pine and Tyler Buckner were that fucking bad. You brought up last year. Bro, they fucking sucked. We held Ohio State to their season low in points last year. Everyone tells me that Marvin Harrison didn't play. I don't give a fuck. That was the least points they scored all season. We aren't just going to win. We're going to beat the shit out of Ohio State today. And I'm going to say it like that because that's what JD wanted to say, but he was too scared to say it. Common Cord fucking stinks. Okay? That's like if one of us four was throwing the ball to Marvin Harrison. Like, he might complete a couple if we just throw it far and close our eyes. He might, because he's that good. He might come up with a couple of them, if we're being honest. But tonight, he come. Listen, they going into South Bend at night. We wearing green, and we're gonna dog walk Ohio State tonight. I don't know what people are seeing about this team. Oh, there's only one good team in the Big Ten, brother. That's the one in Michigan. And you know why they're going to be good this year? Because they don't got to trust their quarterback no more. The clock's running the whole game. They can hand it off 100 times. That's why Michigan's should be everybody's favorite to win the whole thing. I would make an argument to say this: Penn State's better than Ohio State. But we'll talk about that when we find that out for sure, right? Tonight, Notre Dame is going to put y'all on notice. Marcus Freeman got a defense. We got an all-American corner. I like our defensive backfield. I like our linebacking core. I like our defensive line. I think we'd be able to compete in the trenches with anybody nationally. The biggest issue over the last fucking decade has been the quarterback position. It has always fallen short. Maybe this Sam Hartman situation and experiment might be a precursor for things to come. Because remember, we probably aren't going to get that 5-star guy out of high school. But the transfer portal, like y'all have mentioned, has evened the playing field because when you're getting these guys that transfer from other schools, they're already good at football. They're already grown-ass men. They already know how to operate in the confines of a program. They might have been in a team that sucked where they were the best player. That's 90% of the time that's the case, right? They transfer, they were really, really good somewhere, but the team was ass, right? That's what getting Sam Hartman in changed everything for our team this year. Immediately, from the fan perspective to the player perspective around them, because we finally have a guy who has had a level of success that you can believe in from a talent standpoint, can get you through games and win them for you, as opposed to manage them and have to rely on your defense for 60 plays. We got to win tonight. I know people are worried about skill positions. Listen, the defense will make you realize very quickly, Kyle McCord, you're not that guy. He's not. And I stand on that. I'm willing to take Notre Dame -4.5. I think we win, and I do not think it will be as close as people think. Marvin Harrison Jr., he's going to have to listen. We're going to do a damn good job of keeping it in front of us. I don't trust Kyle McCord to extend plays. Now, if Kyle McCord has shown me on tape that he can extend plays, evade a rush, then it's a problem because those corners, those receivers, you're not covering them for 6-7 seconds. That's not happening. But again, I don't trust him to be able to evade the pocket, move out, make plays, keep his eyes downfield. Give me my Fighting Irish. We make a statement tonight, and we tell y'all we're here. Shout out to Dion. You know I love Dion. I love Dion.
Yeah, I know. We're not coming nowhere. We're here. Yeah, okay.
We're gonna really show y'all.
Notre Dame money line's locked in.
We got everything that's required to be a damn good football team. All you goofballs that were telling me about losing Kelly and Freeman this, Freeman that, y'all gonna have to shut the fuck up after tonight, and I can't wait for it. I mean, look at this guy. He looks like Jim Caviezel. I mean,
you said it. It's Jesus. Jesus is going to be watching over the stadium, and he's going to be on the field.
Like, I don't know what Jesus looked like, but if I had to guess, based on what I've seen, I'm just saying, look at this guy.
If you had to do a sketch in a lineup, yeah, that would be him. That would be him. Okay, all right.
you would for sure want to get caught in the middle of the woods with this guy. If he was on your side, you would definitely say, all right, cool, we got him. Like, we'd be all right. I mean, he looks like he could make a hatchet out of a rock and a piece of wood. He just looks like that kind of guy.
You get him and Estime on your team in the woods. He could bring anything on. Bring on the Bears. Bring on anything.
Right.
We're coming out.
Estime will actually fight him. Sam will scare him a little bit with the beard.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the same page.
Well, Sam said he's locked in on Notre Dame money line. So
Sam, I have one beef from last week. I knew y'all were going to beat the shit out of Mississippi State. I am very upset that your receivers simply could not score while catching the ball instead of having Jaden Daniels running the 2 touchdowns. I would have much preferred him throw them.
Yeah, I don't make those rules. Jaden just kind of does what he wants. He seems to want to take as many hits as possible, like jumping through the air for whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. He took the exact same type of hit as Travis Hunter, and the guy got ejected, but nothing got called on the track. Kind of weird how that works.
Look, I don't make the rules. I mean, that game was long over when that guy got thrown out. So,
no, I agree, but it is what it is. Again, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I had to come on just because of the Notre Dame game. I don't have no picks for it. I just be tailing what y'all send or whatever. I'm not doing. I follow one team only. That's my quarterback. As soon as we lose a game this season, which won't happen because we're going to win the whole fucking thing, then y'all can get me to shut up. But I'll be talking shit all year. Cash shit. Fighting Irish, baby. Appreciate y'all. Paid for play. Y'all know I'm watching every week. I only want to come talk shit for 2 things. We going with Jesus Christ, modern day superstar with Dabo, and we're gonna go Jim Caviezel lookalike to the moon tonight. Appreciate y'all.
That's crazy, man. Thank you, Sosa. Thank you for joining us. You're fucking insane, bro. You are fucking insane.
I love you all. Notre Dame, I'm literally the stone on these hoes meme right now. That's literally me.
He's got to. That's what I said. If y'all win this game tonight, it'll definitely be a big push for y'all to get into that 4. But we're gonna get into our plays for the day. GD, you can go first. You're the guest. What do you got? You can be any of these, any of those.
Just
give them to
through
us.
my card or through what we've talked about.
Whatever, whole card or whatever you want to give out to the people. It don't matter.
All right, I'll give you a few. I won't go over. I got UCLA plus 3.5 is where I got them. Last I saw, the line hasn't moved now that Rising's out. I mean, I like Utah. I like Utah every year, but I just haven't liked what I've seen, man. That team almost lost to Baylor. They haven't gotten anything going. UCLA, damn. I mean, by far the best quarterback in this game and by far the best receiving talent. And they're going to be able to run the ball just like Utah. And the thing about UCLA is they're actually playing defense this year. I don't know if it'll continue. We'll find out this week. But they're stopping the run. And they got Nate Johnson playing quarterback for Utah. So they're only going to run the ball for the most part. I like UCLA. I like them on the money line, too. I think they win that one. I got Army plus 13 versus Cuse. It's just auto play when you get a Service Academy for me. That doesn't stink. And Army's offense has looked really good. They're like actually throwing the ball. These other Service Academies say they're going to throw the balls here. Army's actually doing it, and they're actually pretty good at it. So I like Army. I took Southern Miss minus 6 against Arkansas State. Arkansas State stinks. And then I think Sam's on this one as well. We talked about it. I got USC minus 34.5 against Arizona State. They should just dog walk them. Arizona State is terrible. And 6 of their top 9 offensive linemen were hurt. And this is a team that had no depth because they got 50 new players in the transfer portal. Didn't have any depth. Now all their offensive line is hurt. Their top 2 quarterbacks are hurt. Drew Pine, our boy, Sosa's favorite quarterback. He's supposed to start this week, but he came in last week too early and he got hurt as well. So they might be on their 4th string quarterback. They say Pine's starting. We'll see. Even if he does start, like that guy's stunk and now he has one leg. I don't know. So give me minus 34.5 on USC.
Oh yeah, I'm locking that in right now as well. Thank you for those picks, JD. Sam, go ahead with yours.
All right. CVS receipt. I had to take one off because I didn't know Cam Rising was out. That was a shocker to me. So I was on the Utah side, but I'm not giving that out now. So that was my entire logic behind that pick. So I got FSU to do the ones that we already talked about. FSU -2.5, Colorado, Oregon over 70.5, Colorado or Oregon team total over 45.5, Ole Miss -7, and Notre Dame money line +140, and then Oregon State -3. Also have Penn State -14.5. Ohio, or Iowa's without their like top two pass catchers, top running back. I don't know if their tight end's going to play. He's hurt too. I'm not sure. Like the offense is already bad, and they have to go to Happy Valley in the whiteout. Like, give me Penn State big in this one. I'm not sure if Iowa's going to be able to score. I think the defense will be able to slow Aller down and that offense down a little bit, but I don't think it's able to keep it outside of like 17 points. So give me Penn State -14.5. Washington -20.5. One of the best teams in the country this year. Their offense is clicking. Their defense looked great last week. I don't love Cal. I know they've been a little spunky this year, but it was really only against Auburn. So this is a complete step up for them, and the talent that they're going to be playing. That trio of wide receivers Washington has is elite. Michael Penix is playing elite football, and if the defense gets going, this is going to be a very dangerous team and a team that could get into the playoff. So I like 20.5 for Washington. I got 3 plays on this USC team. I told you all about it. I got first half team total over 27.5. I've got I've got full game team total over 40.5 for 48.5 for USC, and USC -35. Well, Arizona State's bad. JD just explained it all to you. They lost to Oklahoma State, who is awful this year. Like, they lost by double digits to or Oklahoma State. Think Caleb Williams is going to be able to pick his number, and they'll probably get him out. So nothing stupid happens before a big showdown next week. There might be a slight look ahead spot, but I don't care. I think USC's offense has been incredible this year, especially in the first half. Like, they put up, I think, 42 against Stanford in the first half alone. Stanford's almost as, or probably just as bad as Arizona State's going to field, or the team Arizona State's going to field today. So give me all 3 of those. I've got 3 plays for that one. That's it.
All right. CVS is receipt indeed, my boy.
That's it?
Look, those are all good plays. Yeah, I was about to
That's
say,
all you
look,
got?
I needed 4 more. I'll go.
I'm still not comfortable
really
giving out LSU bets yet. So
no, yeah, me either. Speaking of your team, I was gonna take the 18 with Arkansas because it's a little weird, but I'm not doing that. After seeing what they did against BYU last week, I'm not doing that. I think LSU can roll. KJ, look, man, he's one of those other guys who's been in college for 40 years. So I think, the offense is going to be competent, but I can't take that 18. So I scratched that off. But Colorado, 21.5. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid like I told y'all. All right. Ole Miss, 7. All right. In Tuscaloosa, I already told you those. And like I said, I was going to mention a guy who I think is number 1 in the Heisman race currently. And I think it's Michael Penix, man. I really do. Let me read off these stats to you. And yes, again, these are not good teams, okay? But they are playing Cal today. So let's keep that in mind. But last week, 473 yards on 77% completion. Versus Tulsa, 409 with 73% completion. And then against Boise to start the year, 450 with 72% completion percentage. So they have his passing prop at 359.5. I think that's easy money. I think he gets in the 400 range. All right. I know that's fucking crazy, but this dude has been amazing. And I think he's definitely number 1 in the race right now, to be honest, because other than them not playing good competition, he's making those skill guys look really, really good. So give me that. I know it's high, but don't be scared, y'all. It's Cal. I'm going under on where is this game? Let me see. I'm going under. Sam, it's one of our teams we have to hang on, and I wanted to take the 10 with Texas A&M, but I'm not gonna do it because I don't know. I gotta see Auburn play like a real football team. Obviously, didn't really impress me much against Cal, but I have a little bit of faith in the defense. I think it's pretty good. So I think Texas A&M defense will be able to hold up enough because Auburn's offense is not really that good. So I got the under in this game. It's at 51.5. And then I also am riding with you guys. I got minus 34.5 with the Trojans. Arizona State, as we said, they're just really bad. So those are our plays. JD, I want to thank you again, brother. You are welcome back anytime. Just hit us. You will be on the show. And yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun. I missed it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. An hour show today. We were giving y'all like 20 and 30-minute shows the first couple weeks. So you're getting your money's worth. Send our checks in the Sam. Appreciate you, brother. Again, please follow us at Pay for Play on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube at Win the Day TV. We will be back next week. Kind of an okay slate next week. Obviously, USC, Colorado is going to be next week too. So we'll see how the results of that game plays out and what implications it may have for next week. But until then, holla at y'all, man. Peace.